Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Not Genshin Impact. I made so many videos today of that game. Anywho, welcome back. We are back in our memes tab. It is Try Not to Grin, although we are not doing that. Again, quite the misdirect of a title. Also, it's early in the morning, and I'm sure you can hear it in my voice maybe that I have not quite got there yet. I'm still in the kind of phase, forgive me, but alas, ladies and gentlemen, things are as they are and as they should be. Maybe for once we cannot talk about some existential crisis. By the way, that is how I am in general. We'll be having a great conversation. 10 minutes later, we're talking about life, and we're kind of all in a weird emotional way of it. That being said, though, no, I don't even know if it helps. It helps me. I could destroy people along my path, but it is what it is. Also, yes, this is our fun meme series. If you're just tuning into the show or tuning into our channel, hiya. This is just our Discord memes tab. But alas, I digress. So let's get into it. Oh, it's kind of still tiny. Look, buddy's wearing a little. Oh, look, he's wearing little wings. He's a little? Is that what it says? I can't read. I saw that I can't read. Oh. He's a real dragon. That's not a dragon. Real dragons have fire. That's just a stupid little costume. Buddy, no. Kill him, buddy. Fucking enough. Also, why do you have opposable, like, fucking thing? Actually, maybe that's true. Not that most lizards have, like, weird, like, I don't need fingers, but they have fingers, or some sort of weird 3 fingers, or something. But that thing has fucking exposed hands, with it looking like a bendy. Anyways, just a nightmare. Also, is this the sister and this is the brother? Also, what is with the gap tooth thing as a kid? You just busted out a tooth, or your tooth fall out because you're too young? I don't know about you guys. I lost a lot of my baby teeth immediately. Immediately. If you don't know, anger weakens your liver. Grief weakens your lungs. Why does anger weaken your liver? I guess just cause medical things. Gotcha. Grief weakens your lungs. Don't really know why that's the case. Yeah, either none of this is making sense in my head, but sure, science, all that. Worry weakens your stomach. Fear weakens your kidneys. Gonna piss yourself, maybe? Stress weakens your heart and brain. Well, that seems like the most important thing ever. And most people are walking around fucking juiced, just out of their mind with stress. Cool, today I learned I'm dying. Oh no, are you mostly angry? I'm about to say stress to me. Stress is the one. Well, actually, I don't know why. I don't know, because I feel like I live most of my life, maybe it's because I have anxiety, so like I make my safe haven anxiety free by all accounts. But then it's like whenever you go outside of that, like it's like, yeah, I'm not stressed, but then when I go and do something simple like drive, I'm in my head, I'm like, this could go real bad. I could crash, it's not great. And then my anxiety just takes me forward, and it's like stress, I think, anxiety, stress, similar things. Regardless, I feel great. All right, at least here, right now, when I'm doing other uncomfortable things, not so much. May the booty get fatter, and my stomach get flatter as well. Can I have, well, I don't really want the belly one, but my dudes, my dudes, yeah, I got really into kettlebell swings, and it turns out everything kettlebell, which is like a really foundational strength exercise kind of thing, has to do with the ass. You want to be strong? It's the ass. Okay, it's the glutes that function and fire and all this shit. Also, it's the thing that connects you to your legs, and turns out that's the main thing that's moving most of the times a day. So yeah, turns out, yeah, but also I don't know, the whole stomach thing. It's I feel that because like I have the thinnest layer of goddamn fat over my stomach, and it just stops me from seeing the thing that I do core all the time, core on core on core. Anything kettlebell is core. I got this stupid thin layer of fat that just around the fucking thing, so I can't see anything. And I got like I do those fucking Thenx goddamn videos, which are like just brutal. By the way, unless that's not a good feat, unless everyone can do those weird Thenx videos. But basically just like superhuman strength fucking level core nonsense shit. Okay, where it's just like, I can't believe I'm 3 rounds, are you fucking shitting me? Like, what? What are you talking about? No. If anybody gets it, you get it. If you don't, I apologize. Oh dear, oh man, oh goat, speech 100. What? I got it. Lost. These fucking animal, weird anime things are everywhere. And they're all absurdly charming on many levels, and it's not even like, even if I just look, like, treat it like it's a commentary thing, they're all very charismatic. And I'm jealous, frankly. It took me years years to develop any sort of personality, and even now I love your personality. Me. Thank you. It's a disorder, actually. You have problems. You have a whole metric of just, ooh. In fact, I don't know if I'm good for you just because you are good for me. But what do you call it? That was one thing I heard, what do you call it, in a therapist kind of like conversation podcast thing. You find someone who fits your broken pieces in the way that you are broken, I guess. So like you find someone who is in, like, your disorder is their disorder. So your disorder facilitates their disorder in a weird way. So then you work in a weird way. Now, yes, this could be bad, but there's other instances where it's like, actually, it kind of works in a weird way. Like, if you are a person who is controlling, and then you find a woman who is like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah. And vice versa also could be the same thing. But also, is that really best for the emotional development of both parties, for one person just to be like, fuck it, I don't ever want to have responsibility, and for the other person to be like, I want all the responsibility, give it all to me. I was the first sibling. and yeah. So I just think it's interesting. But also, I don't know what that would mean who I go with, because I would need someone. So is it, I don't understand if it, in the conversation I'm talking about, I don't understand if it was like, you need someone that is your opposite, but that you work with, that like fits with the things that you don't fit with, or is it just that like, you want someone that harmonizes with you? So it's not that you want your opposite, you just want someone that harmonizes with your dysfunction in the same way. So maybe you have anxiety, so because you would not want to go out and like go to parties, you would need someone who either A, likes to talk and like go out and get groceries and do all the things that are the weird nonsense that may give you anxiety. And then you would have to find some sort of, and they would need you, I don't know, whatever they would need. It's kind of like, that's what I mean. It's like a weird like algorithm / problem solving to fitting these two in there, and I'm like, I don't know what I would need. Honestly, I feel like the minute that anyone would point out like, yeah, but like you depend on them for whatever, like, because they have no anxiety, they can go out and do shit all the time, like a soccer mom, just killing it, and you have to second guess everything because you're nervous. And then I'm like, fuck that. I would be like, no, and then I would do my best to try to like, that's not my problem. I don't do that. I don't want to have this like need for another thing to solve my problem. That makes any sense? I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, no, I gotta fix it. I wouldn't say like, I wouldn't like leave the person or whatever. I would just be like, no, this is allowing me to escape from a problem that needs to be solved. So I gotta try to figure it out. But anyways, I'm telling a story from my life I didn't realize was traumatic until I said it out loud. The people listening. This has happened to me once before, and I just don't know if I should say it, but basically, I'm not gonna say it but it was one of those moments where I was listening to someone and they were talking, but the thing that was different about this is I don't even think they recognized it as like a traumatic / yikesy kind of thing, where they talked about as they were younger, a cousin was but he was like a really older cousin, like significantly old, like 20, and they were like fucking, yeah. But yeah, the thing that was like gassing me out is that the person never like, they thought that was 100% normal. So when I was listening, I was like not judging, but in the back of my head I'm like, why are you like this? And then I because I go and I'm like, that doesn't seem like that seems like kind of wrong for him to be so much older than you and to be doing this seems like a big red flag. And then being like, yeah, no, it was fine, it was fun, and I was just like, oh, okay. You haven't been to therapy yet, have you? Oh, I don't know. Because it's the hardest thing, because you're not a fucking therapist. You're just a guy. You're just a guy who's in high school doing his best, just trying to listen to your friend, and at the same time support them, at the same time be like, girl, this is a thing. This is a thing. This is a source of trauma. Maybe it's not. Maybe you could just live that life and be fine, or not live that life, but like have that happen and be like, yeah, but then it's also the thing. Some people can have the worst shit happen to them and be like, yeah, and they genuinely seem fine for it. So it's just like people's weird barometer for how it imprints and how they deal with things. is wild. Ultimately, I think it's the app. Like, people might be like, wow, that's a horrible thing that happened to you. But I think it's just because someone says that doesn't mean they're like, I don't want to be around you, or oh, you're weird, or you're gross. I don't think anyone does that. I think that's the thing that people think about, like, oh, I told this thing to people who I shouldn't have told, and now they're gonna think XYZ of me. And I tend to think most people just think, wow, that you're either A, incredible for like surviving that, or being the person that you are right now, and having to go through with that and still being the person you are right now. And yeah, I don't think it's like people are like, yeah, she's a weirdo, or yeah, she's different. I don't think people think that way. I think that tends to be how the person who is talking about things tends to feel. Iron Man, a billionaire. Thor, a literal fucking god. Doctor Strange used his real magic. Captain America. Take this metal piece of block of steel. Boom. With that being said, though, true to fashion, oh god, I'm not gonna. True to fashion, Captain America has all of the spirit and soul of America and freedom behind his back, baby. So all he needs is the flag on a shield. Yuck. Anyway. But yeah, I feel like that was the sense of Captain America, was like, hey, he's a superhuman badass soldier, but also America, baby. He's got America power, all right? And he's able to just charge through because he's got freedom, love, and blood through his veins. And I'm just like, right, sure. Okay, also, this could be used as an analogy for any sort of like RPG, D&D like thing where it's just like the wizard, the hybrid wizard, the amazing warrior like person, and then the tank. And the tank's always just like, I have shield, I heal from damage, or I can take punishment. It's like, that seems incredibly uninspiring in comparison to being able to like throw all kinds of magic. Anyways, it seems like a weird sell. Boss, you're fired. Me. Pauses point. Why? Do you guys think if you were like a business, like a boss basically, and you had any sort of business where you had a lot of employees on computers and whatnot, what would be do you think that would be like a big no-no? Or because like a lot of people are working at home basically, so they're using the same computer for multiple things, so I guarantee there's been a time where like after work hours are done, dude's fucking busted. But is there like this weird fucking like minutia? Because if the person, because I kind of go to my mind where I'm like, yes, yuck, big gross. If you're in the office, you're touching other people, or you're just watching it, okay, that's still kind of weird. Anyways, also, you can be making people around you uncomfortable. That's the big no-no. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, but he's a really good worker, and it hasn't fucked with productivity at that point, and I haven't heard other people talk about the big oof. Maybe I should go and talk to them and say, is John bothering you? You just hear some weird, well, yeah, he's bought headphones, and then you no longer, you're fine? Alright, I better not get an HR in here, okay, but I'll leave it for right now until he starts like slacking up. But I feel like that would be I'd be a horrible boss. I'd be a real big, I'd need to get HR out the ass, because I would be like, but he's working hard, and then he'd be like, well, he's made an inappropriate joke, and I mean, like, did anyone get offended by it? And then people say no, and I'm like, okay, well then, on principle, he should just get fucked up. He's doing, I could see if it's hindering the job, but if it's just him, I don't get it. And then they have to explain all this complicated stuff, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna hire a department that deals with that, and I just deal with this. I just deal with growth of business and not the moral dichotomy of a work environment and all these things, because it's too much. It's too much. It's like being a master in 3 different things. It's like I can only be the 1 or 2. Oh, what the heck? What is this? I'm sorry. I just looked at oh god, dude, I miss big dogs so much. The water woofer and the house hippo. Yeah, the thing with the hippos thing, guys, is hippos are vicious, horrific monsters, which I would say, and I honestly. You know, people constantly talk about pit bulls being the worst. Hey, fuckface. Hey, pit bulls are the best. All right, stop it. Anyway, look at that face. It's just like got such a fucking. I remember my dog. Oh, you guys can't see him, but he's. This is my boy. This is my boy. He passed away, but I love him more than anything in this world. Anyways, yeah, I just heard like hippos are the worst. And I've like seen, it's like a wild death statistic about how they just fucking kill for no reason. Same thing with otters. Apparently otters are the fucking worst. They're just a rape culture animal, and it's horrific. Anyways, also they kill for fun, and it's just like, ugh. Also, what is this? Okay. Is Marge or something, or what is this? Honestly, attractive, still attractive. This is how everything gets ruined. Everything. Also, is that whole latex thing? How is that connected? Is it like another? This is the same thing. Also, I don't know if I can show most of this because it's not okay and simultaneously somewhat okay. But anyways, yes, it is very much the like same thing as like Lola Bunny, and people are like, this is the birthplace of this weird kink. Although people are already, I feel like you can't go. It's not like 1 to 2 or 1 to 100 again. It's just like if you make it 1 to 100, then the people who made it to that like jumping point will always just go from like 50 to 100, 80 to 200. You know, it's not like you go back and you need to learn again. It's like, no, bitch. If now people are into monsters and like actual monsters, like I seen the other day, it was some sort of weird fucking like an FCP. Is that right? Something. Where people were like, it's just like a dark shadow, and people were like, but what if it had massive jugs and was just killing it? And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know what to do with this. I see one part I like, I see the other part I'm confused, the other part doesn't die though. The other part still just as fucking makes sense, but this part just is confused. But this part, it doesn't mean this part is not anymore into it, but this part, and then it just becomes a fucking mess, okay? And then you ruin people, you ruin a generation, okay? Goddamn Disney, whoever made Space Jam ruined a generation, alright? Probably before that, there was other companies or other things, but guys, can I just say how much Kung Fu Panda is just ridden with like beautiful, wholesome moments, but also, you know, great memes. Just the best. What is this? Rematch. Blank. Hello. Still up for a rematch? Significant amount of time has passed. Holy shit. 2013 the guy asked. And then in 2021, the guy said, sure, amazing. Our battle ended 500 years ago. Well, now I'm ready for a rematch. He's like, yeah, let's do this. You don't even know. You've been getting complacent. If I were to tell you we were rematching in a couple years, you'd be training. But I want an advantage, which is a bullshit thing. Also, Master Leeway, or whatever his name is, is a bad bitch who is the best. He's the epitome of like, I'm old, tired, but I can still whoop that ass. Okay. Every time I leave the house, I have to deal with people, fools. Really, I feel like I'm always like, oh, this is nice. People are lovely. The person who worked at Old Navy was a woman who looked incredibly beautiful, and yeah, and that was great. That was what I garnered. I was like, this is nice. This is nice. Also, what is this? 4, 6, 8, 7. Being staying up too late. Trash. Trash. It's a shrimp thing with a song. It seems great, but at the same time, I don't know if it's copyright claim, so I always just try to be safe. I imagine the best. This is just... What is this?
I'm tired. Stop scrolling for a second and vibe with me.
I can't vibe with you because of music. Why do you gotta you can just bob your head a little bit, or just put in like the corner to say like, this is royalty free music, you can chill. Instead I'm sitting there like, well, I don't know. What is this?
I love how people come in here and demand things, right? They see the go live button and they say, streamer, I see that you're currently in the middle of a game, but do the thing. Streamer, do the thing. Gotcha. Also cute. Anyways, the other thing is that, what do you call it? I feel like it's, I do this to myself though. Like see people are like, I don't want to, fuck off. I'm playing Apex. So I'm like, okay, that's fair. But to me, I'm like, how can I give my stream more tools to fuck with me? Do you RP? Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Roleplay, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, what do you call it? Man, so many people, if they just envisioned, well, nah, because some people have bad social skills in general, but if you just envisioned, also, holy shit, we've been going for this long time. If you just envisioned a person beside you when you're messaging someone or whatever on Tinder or whatever you could do,
And you're like, with this, like, just rehearse what you're gonna say to them, and also be generous to yourself. Don't just be like, they're like, and I hate you, you're the worst, because most people do that too. But just be like, hey, do you RP? What is the person gonna say to that? Either yes or no, and it's the end of the conversation, or yes, and then they're not gonna say yes, random stranger. You wanna RP unless they're a freak, okay? So it's just a bad call in general. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Well, one more. The 3 hardest things to say are, I was wrong. Is it? I need help. Is it? Worcester Shrine. Worcestershire sauce. I'm done. Thank you so much for your time. In the next video, my friends, we will be trying to genuinely not laugh whilst in our Reddit. I will probably lose. I was debating wearing the mask to give me an unfair advantage, but let us see if we can do it in the next video. Thank you so much for your time, by the way. Also, if you managed to like or share this around, much love as always. Thank you again, and goodbye.